All right. Hi, my name is Makasy, and this is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, the link is on the screen right now. Come on, don't be lazy. Just write it out. We're gonna look at 2 brands today. We're gonna look at Michael Kors and Fear of God. Michael Kors and Fear of God for his garbage design. Am I right? Am I right?
Everyone, boo this nigga!
Alright, so first, we're gonna do what the executives at Michael Kors failed to do. Establish a clear distinction between Michael Kors and Michael Kors Collection. Michael Kors Collection is the one that you see on the runway. Michael Kors are the stuff you see on Hot Cheetos Girl.
Who driving this bus? You better mess me up. Better beat you up. The friend, like.
I will show you 2 products. Now, which item do you think is from the Michael Kors Collection, the expensive ones, and the Michael Kors Walmart edition? This is a failure to communicate the differences between the main line and the diffusion line. Okay, one more game. Here's 2 websites. Tell me which one looks more sophisticated and high-end. Here's Fashion Nova website and Michael Kors website. Can you tell me which one is which? How do you claim to be luxury when the UX of your website is more closely related to Fashion Nova? I'm gonna assume you all got that wrong, but even if you got it right, just play along, alright? I got a point to make, just play along, okay? I will start by saying that financially, the diffusion line of Michael Kors is very successful. Creatively, however, it's garbage. It's uninspiring. It's over-reliant on logos. It's boring menswear that bring nothing new to the table. To me, it feels as though these clothes are created in the executive room instead of the creative room. The clothes look cheap, the structure are standardized, they're zero cut and sewn. They constantly steal designs from other designers. Any original design that they have are a boring twist on the letter M and the letter K. Michael Kors is the 2010s and 2020s Maroon 5. It's catchy, but forgettable, and when compared to actual music with substance, it falls flat. According to CelebrityNetWorth.com, Michael Kors' net worth is around 600 million. Here is why I think, despite the money they're making, the diffusion line is terrible for him and the long-term success of his brand. First, an example, we have $1,000 and our task is to go into Walmart and buy one apple, one singular apple. Do you think you will struggle to choose between an apple that costs $1 or an apple that costs 1.79 cents? The differences between these 2 prices are inconsequential to us because our budget is so high for this one simple task. And according to this website right here, Tom Ford is worth $400 million. If you tell Tom Ford right now that he could get $201 million and be richer than Michael Kors by $1 million, but his brand and public image has to be switched with Michael Kors, do you think he will do it? Here is Tom Ford's general public image and his legacy. Here is Michael Kors' general public image and legacy.
It's borderline like a Tina Turner dress. It looks like Tina Turner's dress rode up a bit. It would probably be on the markdown rack.
To prove my point further, let's see some references to music. Musicians and fashion, it goes hand in hand,
I'm a Birkin bag, and you a working bag. With your everyday Michael Kors looking nasty.
This a big face rolling, I know Michael Kors. Yeah, I'm a snitch, only fucking Michael Kors.
And now here's some references to Tom Ford.
Tom Ford. Tom Ford.
Do you think Ford would trade lives with Michael Kors? When your money is at a point of irrelevant, you start to care more about your legacy and the status symbol. You will die and your money will become pointless. Your legacy, however, it will live on long after you have passed. Do you remember Steve Jobs for his net worth? Or do you remember Steve Jobs for changing the laptop and cell phone industry? Imagine a life where Michael Kors doesn't have a diffusion line. Actually, let's just imagine that life has 0 Michael Kors product in the world. Do you see anyone talk about Michael Kors at all during Fashion Week? Some people don't even know that he holds Fashion Week the same week as Versace, Dior, Gucci, Celine, Saint Laurent. He holds it in the same week. No one talks about him. Michael Kors traded his soul and integrity for money, for which I am not judging. Some people want more money, but his deal with the devil has cost his brand a place among the upper echelon of the fashion world. If you go on YouTube right now and you search Michael Kors, here's what comes up. If you go on YouTube right now and you search Louis Vuitton, this is what comes up. If you could own one of these brands, which one would you choose? I think the answer is pretty obvious. Michael Kors, so you can shut it down and then the world will never have to see mediocre clothes again. In terms of financial, yes, Michael Kors is successful. In terms of leaving a legacy, public image, and everything else that is important, no, it is not a success. Michael Kors Diffusion line has done irreparable damage to the Michael Kors brand. The Diffusion line has made Michael Kors irrelevant in the high fashion scene. The Diffusion line has diluted the brand down to the likes of Coach, Kate Spade, Tory Burch, and worst of all, Steve Madden. History does not remember money. History remembers legacy, impact, and influence. None of these words have been used to describe Michael Kors. Did you guys even know that Michael Kors was a creative director at Celine at one point before Phoebe Philo? Most of you probably didn't. Alright, so that was the first example, Michael Kors. Now let's look at my second example, Fear of God. And you can generally tell how successful a brand is by how many products official retailer are carrying. You know, it's simple math. The more demand, the more sale. The more sale, the more retailer will want to carry more of your products. Let's look at Fear of God versus the Essential line. On the screen right now is the name of retailer and the amount of Fear of God main line and the amount of Fear of God Essential product that they currently carry. These big retailers, they see it in their data that they can sell more essential product, and the demand for the Essential line far exceed the demand for the Fear of God main line. They have all these aggregated data. They can see the number of users, the bounce rates, the average session duration, page views, goal completion, percentage of new sessions, pages per session, how many items are added to the cart, and obviously, how many items have been sold. Google Analytics and their own website knows so much about you, and these aggregated data are neatly presented to the people in charge. These data will give them the ability to make a well-informed guess as to how many products they will order next season. There are more reasons than just the amount sold as to why retailers carry more essentials. So the products are cheaper, so cheaper investment for them. If the products don't sell, they don't lose as much money. And then cheaper products tend to have a higher chance of selling at retail. And most high-priced items, like Fear God items, are priced at $1,000. These items tend to go into the sale. And when products go into sale, there's less profit for the retailer. This is an example of a diffusion line overstepping its boundaries. The lack of distinction between the main line and the diffusion line, or really the palpable similarities between these diffusion line and the main line, it's so gray that a regular consumer and even savvy consumers will have a hard time distinguishing between the two. So here's a game. There is a term in business or in marketing, it's called cannibalization. If Essential line does not exist, fans of Jerry Lorenzo will have to buy the main line. There would be no alternative. With the introduction of the Essential line, people that want to get Jerry Lorenzo products can just buy the Essentials and they can feel as though they are part of the universe. And just a quick history on the Essential line. It was first a collaboration between Fear of God and Paxson. It was called Fog. And then later on, the Fog line turned to the Essential line. Here is a quote by Jerry Lorenzo as to why he partnered with Paxson in the first place. His plan to offer a more affordable line worked and better than he expected. I'm sure he didn't think the Essential line would one day cannibalize his main line. More money is good. Everybody wants more money. But you know that Jerry put a lot more work into his main line. But everybody still praise him about the Essential lines that he put in probably less time, Yes, I think he wants the regular consumer to have his product, but one of the main reasons that he created the Essential line is probably to get some money back from all of those fast fashion retailers knocking him off, like Zara, H&M, Fashion Nova, MNML, like How MNML started was just ripping Jerry Lorenzo off, and I'm sure he wanted some of that market share back. I think what Jerry failed to realize was that Fear of God and the Essential lines, they occupy the same market, and couple that with the similarity between the two brands, like the products, cannibalization was bound to happen. Yes, the Essential line uses inferior material to the main line, but cotton is cotton to the most consumer. They do not know that there are different types of cotton, like ring spun cotton, Pima, comb, organic, etc., etc. Not to mention the technique to make a certain garment like knitwear. Most people cannot tell the difference between a rib stitch to a cable stitch, to a herringbone, to a waffle, to popcorn, to tarsier, to caterpillar, to diamond honeyback coat, and like so many more. Most consumers are not that smart, and you can't expect the consumer to always look deeper into the nitty-gritty of your products. Most people just see cotton, 100% cotton. Most people just see knitwear. They don't see that this is intarsia. They don't see all of that. They don't know all of that. It's not the fault of their designer. Most retailers don't specify these things either, so you have to show it on your clothes. How am I supposed to know that this shirt right here from the main line is better than this Essential line? They look the same and they both say it's 100% cotton. For all I know, you close your eyes and you decide which neck tag goes on which tees and then price them accordingly. And this is also why, since the designs are so similar, I'll just get the 90 bucks. It looks the same. For people that don't know, I'll just say, yeah, this is the main line. People flex replica products all the time. Let's say this is an Essential shirt and I go talk to my friend John, who knows nothing about fashion. I'll just tell him, hey, this is the Fear of God main line. What is he gonna tell me? No, it's not. It's Essential? No, he doesn't know anything about fashion. This is why he dressed like this, okay? He knows zero things about fashion. And I think what Essential lines has done to the Fear of God main line is that, so before Fear of God they rely on these celebrities and influence to wear their products, so then the followers of these people would see this product, so it's free marketing, and then they would want to buy these products to look like their favorite celebrity and influencer. But with the Essential line, they have put the Fear of God name into the general public, and celebrities and influencers, they're very, very superficial, so they will only want to wear products that are like exclusively expensive or exclusive and expensive. Some influencers rely on their ability to fake a great lifestyle to continue to get these brand deals from like all these like weight loss tea or these random pyramid scheme. If these celebrities were to wear Fear of God, some people might just say, hey, is that a new Essential line? That would not help the confidence of these celebrities. So Fear of God was known for their denim, right? But now LA has a new darling for denim, Amiri. Every celebrity wears the Amiri jeans. Celebrity are not wearing the Fear of God that much anymore or at all. But these celebrities have moved on from them, so their main marketing tactic was dead. And that was due in large part of the Essential line. Fear of God just does not generate the same amount of hype among the streetwear market as they did in the early 2020s. The wave came and went already. Why spend $500 on a Fear of God tee that might get confused for essentials when you just go get a Dior tee, an LV tee? What Dior and Louis Vuitton have that Fear of God don't have is heritage. I can prove to you right now that Fear of God followed trends after they realized that their trend-setting day was over. So 2017, Balenciaga and Vetements, they were the two hottest brands in fashion. They were at the forefront of logo mania. For Fear of God 2015, they didn't release anything in 2016, so all of their looks had zero logo. For Fear of God 2017, there were 96 looks and 17 of the looks had logos on them. And now in 2022, now that logo mania kind of died down or died altogether, let's look at their latest collection. They had 62 looks. I don't blame the label for participating in logo mania. Everyone kind of had to, because if you wanted to sell product, you need to get it with the time. Logo mania was huge, but now it's dead. But Fear of God has compromised their identity to participate in logo mania. Balenciaga was able to move on from logo mania easily because they're a larger company, they have the heritage, they have a larger team of creative people, and they also got the backing of Kering. Maybe I am harsh on Fear of God because I've moved past wanting to participate in trends and looking up to celebrities or influencers to dictate my style. But now I'm more mature, I know what I like, and I don't participate in trends anymore. However, a lot of people are still in their experimental stage of their fashion journey, and part of that journey is looking up to celebrities and influencers to get like style inspiration. And the business model of following trend is working for Fear of God in the short term, but what happens when a brand that once set the trend start to follow a trend? It becomes a lost brand. If you are looking at these two brands from a business standpoint, yes, the Diffusion line, both of them are successful. Michael Kors went public in 2011, and once you have gone public, you have shareholders, a lot of them now. You have investors that you have to please, because these people invest in your company not mainly because they like your fashion. I just showed you that your fashion is shit. What they see is that they can multiply their money. They don't see your brand as a fashion brand. With the case of Fear of God, the success of the Essential line has overshadowed Fear of God, the main line, but his ventures into the general public fashion has changed the perception of Fear of God as a whole. Jerry can design the best thing that he has ever designed, but people will still compliment him about his success with the ultra popular, ultra accessible, and ultra affordable Essentials. Hozier has released countless songs, beautiful, beautiful songs, but the general public will only know him for Take Me to Church. They do not know that he has released better songs than Take Me to Church. But to the general public, that's all they know him for. But yeah, this is the end of part 2. Part 3 will come up sometime soon when I get the chance to finish the script. My name is Makasy. Don't forget to unsubscribe, dislike this video, and if you could do me a huge favor, report this video. Thank you very much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Ich weiß schon, du heißt, aber ist mir egal.